Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling, rawhide. Good morning, good morning. I gotta find my glasses, I can't see. .351 Cleveland. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, I couldn't see. I had my glasses in the other seat and I had to find them. Rolling on down to Phoenix from Las Vegas. Figured I'd pass the time a little bit by chatting on the phone. Today's weather forecast, cloudy with slight chance of rain, 65 degrees, slight wind out of the northeast, 3 to 5 miles an hour. That's your daily forecast. How's that weather back in the Midwest? Hey, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, how are you? Taking a drive down to Phoenix. I'll see my son and grandkids. Got two of my grandkids, their father got murdered on Monday, so I'm gonna go down and talk to him, let him know Grandpa's here, you know. Hey Chief, welcome in. I guess I didn't tell you about that yet, Chief. Sherry's kids, two of Sherry's kids, their dad got killed on Monday. Yeah, I guess he'd been, you know, this is all hearsay, you know, but he'd been having some trouble with his wife, and I guess the son and the father came over, or her brother and father came over, and things happened. Guns came out. Nothing good comes when the guns come out. Tony, how you doing, man? Did you make it to courtside okay? Thank you, Clubhouse. Appreciate that. I just think about the kids, you know, gonna have to grow up without a father now. Thanks, Chief. I'm glad you got set up, Tony. I'm gonna try and get down there by next weekend. We'll see how things go. I got this unexpected trip to Phoenix today. I'm just gonna do a quick turnaround. I'll be back home tomorrow by the latest. Get down there, go see my son, and then go over and see my daughter and her kids. And if I'm tired, I'll stay down there the night. If I'm feeling okay, I'll head back home tonight. Now, the funny thing is right as soon as I made plans to come down to Phoenix, I found out my oldest daughter, who lives down there also in Tempe, she's headed to Vegas. And then Debbie's nephew and his wife and kids are headed to Vegas too, so kids are coming to Vegas. I'm going to Phoenix to see other kids. I was gonna ride my motorcycle, but got some chances of rain today and more chance of rain tomorrow, so used to I rode motorcycle no matter what, but nowadays I kind of like to take the car if it's bad weather. Getting up there in my age, not that I can't handle it, but I just take it a little easier up in my almost golden years. I'm in my silver years now, and then about 7 more years I'll be in my golden years. Wonder what comes after the golden years. What's after gold? I have my bronze years in my 40s and 50s, and I got my silver years in my 60s. Golden years in my 70s, and maybe if I hit 80s, maybe I get to platinum. Oh, that's it. Platinum comes next. What do you guys think about all that nonsense? Anyways, it's a nice drive today. About, let's see, I'm 40 miles south of Hoover Dam, so I'm about 28 miles out of Kingman, Arizona. Be there in about 15 minutes. Moving right along, 85 miles an hour. It's going to take about 18 minutes to get to Kingman. Maybe 20. I'm doing the speed limit. Well, not the highway patrol speed limit, but I'm doing my speed limit. I don't like going over 85 in the car. On my motorcycle, that speed limit is wide open. If I was on the motorcycle right now, I might crank it up to about 120 miles an hour for about 5 miles and then slow it back down to 90. I'll make real good time on the bike. How's everybody doing today? All right. All right, all right, all right. So you can make a left right here, and then 40 miles east is the west rim of the Grand Canyon. That's where Robbie Knievel jumped over the Grand Canyon on the small section. But you can go over there on the Indian Reservation. That's on the Indian Reservation right there. And they got the Skywalk, which is a horseshoe walkway that goes out over the canyon. I don't know how far, maybe 40, 50 feet over the canyon, and it's got a glass bottom. Might be a little scary. I've never done it personally. I never went over there. I've been to the South Rim, which is out of Flagstaff, and the North Rim, which is out of wherever. But I never went to the West Rim. And there is no east rim. All right. And then there was one. Well, I appreciate the thumbs up from everybody. Hey, Michael, how are you? Good to see you, man. Safe drive. Been on the road for a little bit now. Not long. I had to wait till I come out of the mountains. Whenever you leave Las Vegas, you go through some of the mountains right there over Hoover Dam, and then for about 25 miles I had to get out of the mountains before I could go live. The reception through there is in and out, so I should have good reception for about, well, quite a ways from here. I'm just going to stay live and chit chat, talk to whoever drops in, talk to myself a little bit. It's a nice day out today. I like this cloudy day today. That way the sun's not in my face and making me sleepy. Got up at 3 a.m. I just wake up automatically whenever I know I'm going to be leaving town. So I woke up early and I took care of some business. I went over to Michael's Adventures, who's in here with us right now. Go check out his channel. We're both looking for some watch hours, so we're helping each other out right now. Michael's got a lot of animals on his channel, a lot of nature stuff, some good driving videos. Michael's Adventures. Yeah, so you know, whenever you see somebody up there around, you know, getting there close to having all the subs they need, check with them and see if they need any watch hours, help them out. Oh, you're quite welcome, Michael. Yeah, so I was checking out another channel this morning. It's Bluegrass Paranormal, which I've been friends with them for a while on YouTube. I've been subscribed to their channel, but I was looking at one of their videos this morning. They're down in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And it was a pretty neat little story there this morning, you know, talking about a murder that happened at a shopping mall there in Bowling Green years ago, and that parking space that they found the person in, how it's haunted and everything. So you know how them paranormal channels are, you know, that's pretty good stuff. Interesting. So I enjoyed that. Tony, I like Tony's channel, Stone Wolf Outdoors. Tony does a lot of lives. Get to chat with people on lives, you know, get to know them a little bit better. And he's got some other outdoor stuff. He's got some camping stuff he shows you. Loves to camp. Loves to do things outdoors. Chief Broken Brain on here. He likes to do a lot of shorts. He's somewhere, like, I don't know if he's in Indiana or Ohio, someplace back there in the Midwest. He likes to take get outdoors and do stuff, you know. I see some train videos and now they had that big snowstorm back there. You know, he's got a lot of snowstorm stuff on his channel. Got some animals, his dogs. I remember a long time ago he had some birds too. He probably still has the birds, but he's doing other stuff with his channel right now. Hey, dancing along with Reynolds, how are you? Good to see you. I see the sun's trying to break through them clouds right there. Got my sweatshirt on in the car. I might have to pull over up here in Kingman and take it off. It's getting a little warm inside the car. Oh, hell. Let me turn the heater down. That helped. Hey, I never said I was the sharpest knife in the drawer. Oh my gosh. -8 degrees, Chief. Ooh. I know people were talking about it gonna be below zero back there. Wherever you're at. I can't remember. I don't remember if you're in Indiana or Ohio or where you're at. But I know you're in that zone back there in the Midwest somewhere. 61 down in Quartzsite, Arizona, where Tony's at with Stone Wolf. I'd say it's probably 65 here, maybe. 60, 65 up here. Well, I'm heading towards Kingman now, so it's going to be in the 50s in Kingman. It was 47 this morning. Whenever I checked the weather. Road's bouncing my camera around. I can't even see right now. Oh, that is cold, huh? Yeah, Indiana, okay. Low teens where you're at, Michael? Woo! -2. Overnight, -2. And you're just south of Indiana, I think, right, Michael? I love it back there. I grew up in Illinois, central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, college town, back in the last century. And I mean, it was a nice place to be from, you know. I enjoyed in the 60s, you know, 1960s, growing up back there in the 70s. You know, it was good. You could get out. Everybody was outside, played outside, rode bicycles. There was always money to be made, you know. We cut grass, we raked leaves, we scooped snow, cleaned out people's gutters. Took pop bottles back, you know, back whenever people just threw their pop bottles in the bushes. We go scrounging through the bushes, get 5 cents a bottle. We always had money. From the time we were kids, we got out and made money. These kids nowadays, I think they'll walk right by a $20 bill. They don't want to bend down and pick it up. Yeah, the old Schwinn's, you got it. We used to take and find another junk bike and cut the forks off the front, put them extended forks, make a big chopper out of it, you know. Maybe a sissy bar with some ape hangers, you know, them tall handlebars, them tall. We make handlebars out of kitchen chairs. Kitchen chairs used to be a 1 bar, you know, it goes up, over, and down, and man, we'd cut them legs off or whatever on the chair and make handlebars out of them. Put 3 or 4 cards in the spokes, clothespin them on the spokes. Have us a Harley Davidson. Ah, 1940. Man, oh man. That's probably been on the ground for 40 years. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't pass money up. That was well worth bending over for that. Remember back whenever we used to look through all of our chains to see what year everything was? We used to find those wheat leaf pennies all the time. Check our money, maybe we'd find a silver certificate or a Kennedy half or a silver dollar, man. You guys feel that sun? It's warming up. Got a heat wave going now. Getting that Indiana sunshine right now. Yeah, it pays to check that money. Debbie's a little collector, you know. Anytime even a $2 bill, you know, if I find a $2 bill, I'll buy it out, take it home to Debbie, and she's got them silver certificates, blue ink, red ink. Some Kennedy halves. We even got some poker chips saved from some of the casinos that they imploded. Oh yeah, your skies are about the same as mine, I'm sure. So I'm getting close to the 40 right now, so you're down at Interstate 10. What is that, about maybe 180 miles straight south of Interstate 40? 150? Maybe not even that much, I don't know. It's not very far by way the crow flies. It's getting warmer. I turned that heater off already. I have to open the window here in a minute. Got some cool air blowing out of my vents. Yeah, these guys running into traffic out here. Look at this stuff. Everybody rides in that left lane full time now. They don't get over. Whenever I went through driver's ed, 1976, 1975, they taught us you get in the left lane only to pass, and then you get right back over in the right lane. Used to be you'd get a ticket if you drove in the left lane. Got self-centered in our lives today. Not everybody, but I'm just saying. Most of us think about ourselves most of the time. I'm just saying that out of my own personal experience, because I know I can get real selfish, you know. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. All I'm gonna think about is me. Heard somebody one time say, I know I ain't much, but I'm all I think about. Let's see what we got here. Hey Chef, what's going on, my man? I'm heading down to your neck of the woods today. Coming down to see my son, and then go over and see my daughter and her kids. Their father got murdered Monday, so thank you, appreciate that. I don't know, can you say that on YouTube? That big M word? I'll find out. I don't know, I don't pay much attention to censorship. You know, I just say what I want to say, and if it's wrong, I'll try and fix it, you know. I don't think I'm disrespectful to anybody. Make a right here, you go to Laughlin, Nevada. Of course, from my house, we don't go that way, we go another way. Hey, camping cage free, all right. Good to see you. Yeah, a lot of times when I lived down in Mesa, we'd come up to Laughlin instead of going all the way to Vegas. You know, it's about probably 80 miles closer than Las Vegas. So we cut off right there and go to Laughlin. We'd do that maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Then maybe go to Vegas every other year for the longest time until I finally moved up there. We moved up at just the right time because 1988 is whenever the boom started in Las Vegas. And I came up in March of 1989. And I got to ride that boom out for, man, I tell you what, I stayed busy all them years. I was in the Union up here from 89 until 2020, 2021, I think. Yeah, 2021, I dropped out of the Union finally. Retired for good. Let's see, how long is that? 30-something years, right? 33, 34 years in the Union. Got my gold card, it's like a metal gold card for over 30 years. You know, for 30 years you get a nice gold card made out of tin. I didn't get that gold watch yet. Can't afford that. You gotta buy that yourself. Oh yeah, breaking up. Anyways, coming into Kingman right now. Yeah, I was saying that coming down to see my son, and then I'll go over to my daughter's house in Tempe. and her ex, which are the father of her kids, he got killed Monday morning. A little shootout in the house. It was unfair. There was only one person that had the shooter, you know. Odds were against him. You know, I don't think much about I'm just concerned with the kids, you know. I'll just put it that way. I want to make sure the kids are okay. Let them know Grandpa's here, that I love them, and they come up to Vegas with us quite a bit. They used to live at our house, and Debbie and I just had those kids up at our house over Christmas, and we took them home right at, I think, on the 1st or 2nd of January, you know, and then 2 weeks later their dad gets killed. So I just want to go see him again, let them know we love them, and they can call us anytime, you know, and set up another little vacation for them, you know, on their spring break or something like that, you know, get them back up there. And that's got to be tough, losing your dad like that, you know. I mean, losing him anyway, you know, losing a mom or a dad or family member or something, you know, or a good friend. That's pretty tough on kids, you know. They're like, I think they're like 12 and 13 years old. Got to make sure that, you know, they don't make a left turn at this age. Making a left turn's easy to do. It's like I always told everybody, you know, my parents raised me right, but I just turned left. "24 years of going left." Ah, sorry to hear that, Tony. Yeah, man. Not easy. Thanks, Chef. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, you know, growing up, I grew up in a certain lifestyle, you know. Trust me, I lived a different life than what you guys see on YouTube. You know, I had me a pretty wild life, and I figured that's probably what was going to happen to me, you know. And I didn't worry about it, you know. I just accepted that lifestyle, you know. I figured, you know, the old thing is if you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword, you know. And that's the lifestyle that I was living. And thank God, you know, that something happened, and I made a decision to change my ways. Otherwise, I don't believe I would have been on YouTube right now, that's for sure. I would say that if you guys, maybe one of these days I would let you hear my story, but I've already told my story. This is my other channel right here. I don't know if you can read that, but Road to Recovery with Kenny P, that's my other YouTube channel. And that's all about recovery, but I'm not going to talk about that much on here. I just mention it every once in a while, but I don't know why I'm coming in and out right here and losing signal. Man, I'm right here in town. So Kingman is about, I don't know, I guess it's probably 25,000 people in this city. It's spread out pretty good over the valley. Route 66 comes through here. That was the old Route 66 from Chicago to LA. actually Santa Monica. It starts right downtown Chicago. Goes all the way to the Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. If you've never been on Route 66, definitely something to check out if you're ever out on the highways here. It's pretty much stays with Interstate 40 and 44, and then it comes down in Illinois, but it would come down Interstate 55. I'd say my favorite part of Route 66 is probably New Mexico. New Mexico still has a lot of the, I mean, Arizona's got a lot of the hotels, not hotels, but the old motels. But New Mexico's got probably more roadway that you can still drive on. It's got a lot of the old motels, a lot of the old places to go sightseeing or get memorabilia. Thanks, Chef. Yeah, man. Everything's groovy now. So once you get off at Kingman and hit Interstate 40, just go about 20 miles east here, and then we're going to catch Highway 93 south for Phoenix. This is all considered the 111. No, not the 111. It's going to be the 11 freeway from Las Vegas to Phoenix. Highway 93 used to be the deadliest highway in the United States. It was a very treacherous two-lane highway. I rode over it tens of times. I say tens of times because maybe 50. And I was usually drunk, passing people in dangerous areas. And that's how the head-on collisions happen, and a lot of people got, that flash of light. Went to the upper room, as we called it. This semi is going to stay in the left lane because he's speeding up to get up this hill right here, and he don't want any vehicles to slow him down, so he'll get in that left lane and ride that left lane. I understand. Like this vehicle right here might slow him down, and you don't want that to happen because this hill's going to slow him down enough. I'm only doing 85. That's my speed limit. Okay, brother, appreciate you dropping in, Chef. That's Drunken Chef Barbecue. Guys, go check him out. Good man right there, good supporter, and delicious food, man. I'll tell you what, he's got some great recipes. He's got some rubs for sale. Go check out Drunken Chef Barbecue. That's my man right there. Visit him whenever I go down to his neck of the woods. Real good man. Usually when I come down to Arizona, I get gas right here because this is the cheapest gas between Las Vegas and Phoenix. It's definitely 30 cents cheaper than Las Vegas, and probably about 25 to 30 cents cheaper than Phoenix Valley. It's $3.13 for regular right now, $3.98 for diesel. Those are cash prices. You know they're going to get you for that 10-cent tax if you use your credit card. So whenever I'm in my RV, I definitely go in and pay cash. So I'm going to putting in 60, 80 gallons, you know. But on my motorcycle, it's credit card and back on the highway. In the car, it's 50-50. It just depends on how I feel. So I went ahead and fueled up in Las Vegas this morning. Gas was $3.45 a gallon. No big deal. Only took about 8 gallons. I would only saved about 60 cents. You know, I spent that down at Chick-fil-A getting that burrito. Got that breakfast burrito. Yeah, if you get that gas card for the diesel from either Love's or that other one, I can't think of the name right offhand, but you can get that gas card from them and save money. I take that RV across country. I make sure I got that Love's card. Saves me 10 cents a gallon right there. And I go pay cash. EFS, yeah. So I pay the cash because I'm in no hurry in the RV, man. I'm just I'm rolling on vacation, you know. I don't get in no hurry. I run 55 miles an hour in the RV. That saves me gas. And then I try not to travel on a windy day. If you get a headwind in that RV, you're going to lose at least 2 miles to the gallon. And that's a lot whenever you're only getting 7 or 8 miles to the gallon max. That's like losing 25% of your fuel right there. You wouldn't drive down the highway with a leaky gas tank and losing 25% of your fuel. So I try not to drive with a headwind. Just helpful tips. Probably everybody knows that, but you know, you might get one person that never thought about it. Oh wow, that's a good savings, Tony. That's a real good savings. On diesel fuel, or can I save that much on gas? got a friend that lives about 25 miles east of here up on the mountain. He's off grid, 40 acres, runs off solar, water well, propane, nice setup, nice cabin. He took a Quonset hut and then he finished the exterior of the Quonset hut and then the interior. Beautiful place. Like an old ranch cabin, man. Lives out there like whodunit. Anyways, I think I'm going to see if he wants to come here for breakfast tomorrow morning at the Iron Skillet right here at Petro. Yeah, I didn't think they had that for gas. Yeah, I think the best deal I found for gas is that 10-cent savings at Love's, and that other one, Love's, and then there was another one that I think Love's owns, that other truck stop. You can get their card and save 10 cents a gallon there. So I'll do that with the RV. The car, I'm not worried too much about it. You know, I'm getting 35 miles to the gallon. If I stop at that truck stop, fine. If not, fine. Motorcycle. Whenever I'm crossing country on the motorcycle and wanting to make some time, I'm just stopping and I'm just doing a gas and go. I fill that tank and I'm gone, man. My first day, I'll ride 1,000 miles, over 1,000 miles. Last spring, whenever I left, let's see, it was July, not springtime. It was July whenever I headed back to Illinois. I went 1,200 miles my first day. That's a pretty good clip on a motorcycle. Well, I'm glad that sun didn't come out, because I started feeling just a little bit tired whenever that sun came out. Glad it went back behind the cloud, you know. Like I said, I've been up since 3 a.m. Phoenix, 166 miles. That's just over 2 hours at the speed I'm going. Actually, I've been doing 85, but I'll probably slow down to about 75 on this. Once I turn on 93 here, because the speed limit is 65, and I usually do 10 miles over the speed limit. I got a pretty good eye for cops. I've, riding on the freeways my whole life on my motorcycle, doing 100 miles an hour plus, you're always on the lookout. So I've developed a pretty good eye, and I've pretty well understood on where they like to hide and things like that. So I'll crank it up over 100 miles an hour and slow it back down to 90. So here's our turnoff. Yeah, you go straight another, I don't know, maybe 10 miles, 15 miles. That's where my buddy's at, up on top of the mountain there. Maybe the next mountain past this one, probably. Almost to Seligman, Arizona. That's probably another 45 miles. That's Route 66 to Seligman, Arizona. A lot of nice little restaurants there. A lot of memorabilia. If you guys ever watch my podcast, whenever I'm in my studio at home, you'll see I got my Route 66 signs up on the wall. whenever I first started coming out to Arizona with my parents in 1976. A lot of New Mexico, you still had to drive through all the cities, you know, Tucumcari, Santa Rosa, Grants, all them towns you had to drive through the city, and that was all Route 66 with the old hotels, you know. I mean, we're talking 1976, and in the 50s and 60s, that Route 66 was big, you know, and I think it was probably the early 70s whenever they started working on the freeway system to bypass those small towns, you know. But I was always amazed by driving on Route 66, you know, and then you get out further west we got, you know, you started seeing the Native American stuff, you know, and you started seeing it in Oklahoma, around Oklahoma City and stuff, and then New Mexico was always big for Native American gift shops and all kinds of stuff. And then Arizona, northern Arizona is big on Native American stuff. That's the Navajo Nation there, you know, and the Navajo Nation is the biggest reservation in the United States, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that the Navajo Reservation is the biggest one. If anybody knows something different, leave a comment, let me know. And I'll take your word for it until I stop, and then I'll Google it. Anyways, I'll tell you the coolest place driving through. There's Chief, he knows. That's the Chief right there. He knows about them reservations. I don't have any reservations of any kind, man, nor any lurking notions. But I'll tell you a cool place. One of my favorite places to drive through Arizona is the Salt River Canyon. If you guys ever go through Arizona and you're vacationing and you're not in a big hurry and you get an opportunity, if you're up north like Holbrook, Arizona, you want to check out the maps and directions to go through the Salt River Canyon, and then you'll come out in those smaller towns, Miami, Globe, and Superior, and that'll bring you on into the Phoenix Valley, you know. But that Salt River Canyon is just beautiful. I remember coming down that in 1976 in a church bus. My dad had bought a 1954 church bus whenever we was going to move to Arizona, and we stripped out all the seats from the church bus, changed some things, you know, fixed some things, and then we packed all of our furniture and Mom and Dad's motorcycles in there. And that's what we used to move to Arizona. We come down that Salt River Canyon, and Dad had me drive down that canyon with him. And what we did, we just had that one chair for driving. So we took and put a swivel kitchen chair. We had these nice swivel chairs for our kitchen dining room table. And we put that right there next to the driver's seat, you know, and Dad told me, he says, now going down here, he says, whenever I tell you to, I want you to pull on that emergency brake, you know, and just pull it easy, and then I'll tell you how hard to pull on the emergency brake, you know. And so we're coming down that Salt River Canyon. I know hey Marie, how are you doing? Thank you. Nice story I watched this morning. Meg's Mysteries, guys, you gotta check her out. She reads these really neat stories. Really enjoyed that story this morning. I was really engulfed in it, you know, but then driving, I had to come in and out and pay attention to the driving every once in a while, so I I started missing parts of it, but it was really good. So we're coming down the Salt River Canyon. You're welcome. We're coming down the Salt River Canyon, and my mom and my aunt, or no, my mom, yeah, anyways, my mom, maybe my little brother was in the car, or the van, whatever, in front of us, and then my brother, my oldest brother, I'm trying to, Marie. Then my oldest brother, my aunt, were in the car, and they were all in front of us. You know, they went down before us. And we're going down this Salt River Canyon in this old bus. We call it the Green Ghost. It was green, and anyways, we're coming down the canyon, and Dad's, you know, he's working them brakes, running in low gear. And he drove semi all his life, so he knew how to drive. He knew how to work the gears and everything, and come down mountain, you know, through mountains and everything. So he's telling me, okay, ease on that brake a little bit, you know, that. So I'm pulling this emergency brake up a little bit, and then, you know, within a few minutes, okay, pull it harder, you know. And he had told me before we came down the mountain, he says, listen, if we lose our brakes and I tell you to jump, I want you to throw that chair out the door and jump right behind it, and I'm going to be jumping right behind you. So we come down with that church bus doors open, you know, and I'm thinking, oh shit, we're going to have to jump out, and this bus is going over the cliff. And you can see other cars that have went over the cliff before, and you just imagine people getting killed over there on that canyon, you know. There's 4 or 5 cars that have went over the cliff. Then the cars were still there. They wouldn't even bring the cars out, you know, because they were just destroyed. And he's pull on that brake harder, pull the brake harder, you know, and man, the smoke's starting to fill up the inside of that bus. You know, them brakes are cooking. We're coming down the mountain, and my mom and my aunt and my 2 brothers are down there at the gas station at the bottom of the mountain there. They're just watching in horror as we come rolling down with this Green Ghost with all the smoke rolling from the brakes, you know. That, I mean, obviously we made it, and we made it out okay, but I'll tell you what, that was a scary ride right there. That was the scariest ride of my life right there. And that concludes the Green Ghost story. I got my stories too, Marie. Hey, Marie, I meant to text Tom, and I will text him, because I wanted to come see him this week, but I had a little something come up down in Arizona. My son, I got to go see my son, and then 2 of my grandkids, my daughter's kids. Their father got killed Monday, and see my daughter and my grandkids, you know, just try and counsel them a little bit, let them know we're here for them, you know, and they know we love them, and they were just at our house over Christmas and everything. They know we love them, and they wanted to come up for Christmas, so Debbie and I brought them up for Christmas, and I'm really grateful for that now, especially, you know, and I know it's got to be really tough, you know. My little brother, you know, my mom passed away whenever my little brother was 12 years old, and I know that it's really hard on the, you know, especially on the young ones. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. Oh, my GoPro battery. I should have plugged that in. But anyways, you know, that's really got to be tough on kids, you know, and our mom passed away from cancer, you know, so you know, it's kind of like, you know, okay, we lost her to a disease, you know, we loved her and we didn't want to lose her, but we lost her, you know, and then whenever, you know, maybe you lose somebody in a car accident or something like that, that's horrible too. And got this senseless thing that happened, you know, this senseless gangbanger stuff almost, you know, and they that's the kind of life they live, you know, and they just came in and took a life, you know, took his life, you know. And I mean, whenever I lived that kind of life, I kind of expected, you know, okay, if it happens to me, it happens to me, you know. You live that way and you die that way, you know. And I was fortunate, you know. Not all my friends were that fortunate, but and then whenever I see it happen to whenever it hits close to home like this, you know, it just really sucks, you know, because you live that lifestyle too, you know, and by God's grace, I was saved, you know, got away from that. So the sun's coming out again. Got lots of clouds, mostly cloudy today. High temperature today will be 71 or 75 or 80 or 90, whatever it gets up to will be the high temperature for today. I might as well be a weatherman because I can predict the weather pretty good just like them. Just throw anything out there, it's a guessing game. Yeah, I got some sprinkles whenever I was leaving town, Marie, so I think we are going to get some rain up there in Vegas. And then it's definitely supposed to rain tomorrow in Vegas, is what I was told this morning. I was going to ride my motorcycle down to Phoenix, but I'm getting a little weaker in my older age and don't want to get cold and wet, so I didn't ride my motorcycle. See, this 2-lane right here still yet in a few spots, and let's see, let me get my GoPro out of here. I gotta switch GoPros. I'm doing some drive video at the same time on my GoPro. I'll just throw that in my watch hours, dilly bopper. If anybody wants to swap watch hours with me, just leave me a comment on one of the other videos. Let me know you want to swap hours. I'll get with you, and I'll watch your playlist. You watch my playlist. My playlist and your playlist go down the bayou. Alright, let's see. I need to get another GoPro out. Getting my GoPro over. Did the bud come in? Did the buds come in? What's up, buds? My South Dakota peeps. That's my favorite, one of my favorite places to go is South Dakota. The reason I say that is because I love the Black Hills. I love going to the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. And I love to run through the Black Hills, you know, and I don't care how many times I see Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse. I still love seeing it, man. It's just so amazing. And of course, every once in a while I pop over into Wyoming and go by the Devil's Tower, you know. Devil's Tower is where they made that movie, or part of that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's where the spaceship landed and talked to the people. Oh, come on now. Hey, my GoPro ain't coming on. What's going on? Oh, it is on. Oh, silly me. All right, there we go. I got my GoPro running. I got my other GoPro battery charging back up. Get me some more video in there. See what's up here. Yeah, that was a good movie. I love that, man. Richard Dreyfuss. I liked him taking those mashed potatoes, making that mountain. That family thought he was crazy. That's how my family looks at me sometimes. I don't even make mashed potato mountains either. I'll tell you what, I never get tired of looking at these mountains. The mountains are beautiful. I've been back and forth on this highway so many times I could probably drive it with my eyes closed. Even whenever we first moved to Las Vegas, I bet we come back to Arizona at least once a month for the probably 5 or 10 years. Even now, you know, I probably come down to Arizona, man, at least maybe 7, 8 times a year still yet. 6 times. 136 miles. 9 miles to Wickiup. That's the halfway mark. I always figure I'm halfway whenever I hit Wickiup. Yeah, this is all 4-lane most of the way now, not all the way. You can see we were on 2-lane highway earlier. There's still a few spots through here that's 2-lane. It sure is nice getting 4-lane though, I'll tell you that. See over there on that side is that's the old highway right there on the left side. Used to a while, but anyways, whenever the freeway bypassed Boulder, then a lot of places there went out of business. And you guys may be aware of things in your own cities across the U.S., wherever you live. You may have seen the freeways come through and that sort of thing happen in your hometowns or thereabouts. What's that say? Here in about 3 or 4 miles, I'm going to pull over at the Chevron gas station. I don't need fuel, but I need to take just a moment for station identification break. Those mountains over to your left, we'll be going through them in about 30 minutes. I'll probably lose contact through there, but I'm going to stay on as long as I can. And then after I get beyond the mountains there, it starts to flatten out. Getting ready for Wickenburg. I'll be hitting Wickenburg. I should be able to keep a signal from that point all the way into Phoenix. So if I lose the channel up here, then I'll just pop back on about an hour later. I appreciate everybody for being here. You know, I'm just working on my watch hours right now, trying to accumulate some watch hours. You know, I'll tell you what, dang this thing, I've been watching my analytics, you know, and it said that I had 1,600 watch hours, you know, so I wasn't sweating it too bad. I figured whenever I get 900, you know, I'll start hammering it on the watch hours and doing some lives and everything and get it on, you know. I mean, I really haven't been concerned about monetizing anyways, but it said I had 1,600 watch hours, and then sure enough, I found this other button you go click on in your YouTube studio, and it says earn. You know, it's got that little dollar sign that says earn, and you go in there, and I'll be damned if I only had 619 hours. I didn't have the 1,600 hours, so I don't know what's going on. So anyways, Michael's Adventures reached out to me and told me he would help me swap some hours, and he needed hours as well. So him and I was the first ones to swap watch hours. Since then, I got a couple other friends I'm swapping with. Anyways, I'm gonna run in real quick. I gotta take a little break. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes, okay? All right, I'm back. I needed that little break. About 4 cups of coffee this morning. That was my first break since about early this morning. Now we're on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Hey, Twinbrook, how are you? Welcome in. I'm about to come to your channel, Twinbrook Acres. I went through my list this morning. Every time I go through my list, I go alphabetical order and reaching out because I love to. Okay, first off, first people's channels I'm going to are the people who come to my channel. So I think that's key to good relations, you know, is if you got a channel supporting you, you need to go support that channel too. And that's how we get to know each other. So I always want to go to your guys' channel that support me. And what I do is I'm pretty busy, so I'll go 2 or 3 days and I check all my comments and everything, see who's been over, and get your names down on a list. And then I make sure I go over to your channel and watch your channel, you know. So I do it in alphabetical order. I hit S's today. I got Scratchin' Pete. Scratchin' Pete is always helping other channels. He's one of the biggest channel supporters. I got a couple of others in the S's. I watched Meg's Mysteries this morning and some others, you know. But anyways, I got to the T's and I stopped right there. So I was getting ready. I got the Bud Files I want to go see. I got Treadhead Pete. I got Twinbrook Acres. And probably about 5 others in the T's, you know, that have been on with my channel in the last couple of days. So anyways, good to see you, Twinbrook. I see you, you know, you're a good supporter. All you guys are good supporters. I'm trying to read comments, but oh yeah, Pete is just like, Pete's amazing. That's why every time I see Pete, I'm like, my words to him is, Pete, my man. And then I give a fist bump with the little meme with sunglasses, because Pete's a good dude, man. Pete's everywhere. You know, and then, you know, I'm making other good friends now, like Michael's Adventures here, you know. We've been playing each other's playlists and stuff for 3 or 4 days now. And you know, that's how you get to know people, man. And I know which part of the country he's in, what state he lives in, you know. I love it where he's at. And that's one of the states I go visit occasionally, and whenever I'm down there one of these days, next year or the year after, whatever, if I go through his state, I'm going to contact him. Hey, what are you doing, Mike? You know, want to have some coffee, whatever, you know, and start meeting you guys as I travel across the United States. Last year I met probably 10 different channels whenever I was on the road, you know, stopping by and seeing them, meeting people, you know. And we can start getting friends everywhere. We got friends no matter what, just being on the channel. But whenever I'm out traveling, I like meeting people too, if they care to. I mean, if they don't want to meet you, that's fine, not everybody is a social butterfly, right? But I always, I'm kind of an outgoing person, and to a degree, so I don't mind meeting people, Chef Barbecue, Drunken Chef Barbecue. Me and him become good friends because I met him down at his, we went back coffee a couple times down where, the restaurant where he lives. Tom Garvey, the keto cook, another good guy, man. That guy's another awesome guy. Tom Garvey, the keto cook. Check him out. I don't know who I met through who, but I know that I met these guys, Drunken Chef, Tom Garvey, and I've been to his house. Him and I met a couple times at a restaurant, and then got invited over to his house, met his wife, Marie, who does Meg's Mysteries. Beautiful people. Went out to the casino and enjoyed a little time out there at the casino, Tom plays drums, plays in a band. Checked out the band. Marie's there, watching, listening. Good people, man. And I think maybe we may have met through, I don't know if we met through Devil Dog or Al Chafe or them guys out there. But anyways, we met about the same time as far as Drunken Chef Barbecue and Tom Garvey, the keto cook. And then another good one was, and I like so many channels, and if I haven't named your channel, I apologize, I can't see everybody who's come in and commented, every once in a while I try to look at the chat. And these glasses that I'm wearing, they're prescription glasses, and they turn dark in the sun. So whenever they transition to sunglasses, it's hard to read with them, So anyways, another one that was very supportive. I don't go to her channel as much as I used to, but Sheena, and right now Sheena was. At the time, she was more into the keto, and that's probably, I met either one or the other through the same person, either Tom Garvey and I met Sheena through his channel or vice versa. But Sheena's another great supporter. She's always shouting channels out. She's always, you go support her, she supports you. Her channel is strictly a channel, or used to be strictly a channel for meeting other people, which most of our channels is so you can meet other people and say hi to other people. But Sheena's channel was a channel that really helped me with quite a few of my subscribers. I got quite a few. I subscribed to quite a few channels through her channel, and quite a few of her subscribers subscribed to my channel, and maybe even some of the people in the chat. Maybe we met over there at Sheena's also. I think it was Sheena's Ketorific Journey was the name of it for a long time, and now she's changed the name of it. It's some sort of sales, she went from what she used to do, and now her channel is a lot about gyms, selling rocks, different types of rocks, different types of jewelries and things of that nature. So it's become more of a sales channel. So I do go support her somewhat, but I don't go over there near as much as I used to because the channel's changed to something else, but I still enjoy going and seeing Sheena and supporting her. Just like all of us, maybe our content isn't the best, maybe you guys, my content isn't the best for you guys, but it's about supporting each other's channel as well, losing into these mountains that I was talking about now. So if I lose you guys, you know, I apologize. It's out of my hands. There's probably the last cell tower up on top of that mountain right there. So I'll be on the air as long as this allows me to be. But if I lose signal whenever I get over these mountains, I'm going to jump back on, because I'm going to stay on all the way to Phoenix until I have to get off and use my phone to call my kids up and stuff. I could have made it around him, but I didn't want to scare you guys. I don't mind taking chances myself, but I don't want to take chances with you guys in the car, okay? It's been a nice drive so far. Getting into the saguaro cactus right now. Start seeing a lot more of the saguaro cactus. I love saguaro cactus. That's my favorite cactus. And then up here in about another 10 miles or so, we're going to be in Ocotillo. Is it? Not Ocotillo. Let me think for a second. It's one of the forests. It's a national forest. But it's a type of tree. I want to say Ocotillo forest. Some weird looking, kind of like a cactus tree. Is that an Ocotillo? Am I thinking the right thing, or is it something else? It seems like it's something else. Oh, right up here, I was watching somebody else's YouTube video, and I seen where this road is the old road that can take you down right here to your right. You can turn right here, and that's the old road that goes down. That was the old highway before they built these bridges up here. It used to go down into the valley right there, cross the river, way down at the bottom. But then they finally built this bridge right here. They had the one bridge, and they finally built this second bridge right here about 5 years ago, and bypassed that old road. But down at the bottom of that canyon right there, there's a little RV park down there at the river. I knew it was down there, but I didn't know that that road came all the way around. I didn't know that that used to be the old highway before they built these bridges. So it was really cool watching somebody else's YouTube channel learning about that. It's called Burro Creek Campground. If you want to look that up on Google or YouTube it, it's called Burro Creek Campground. And here's the other side of it where the highway used to come out right here. So that was a neat little thing. I always wanted to go down there, but I never went down there. I mean, I passed it 100 times, right? But I'm always just flying. I'm always hauling ass down to Arizona or back home, you know. And, well, I got to watch somebody else's channel and learn something. So that's the cool thing about other people's channel. That's something I like about Michael's channel. Michael does a lot of driving videos, and I just love to see the country, you know. Whenever I'm driving along, whenever Michael's driving along, and getting to watch the roads and everything, you know, you get to see a different type of landscape than what I live in. Beautiful country back there. Especially seeing all the greenery, now seeing all the snow. look, this is what I see all the time. I mean, I love seeing this, but sometimes I want to get out of it, you know. That's why every springtime or summer I head back to the Midwest, or sometimes all the way to the East Coast, which this year we're going to try and hit the East Coast. We'll hit the Midwest too for sure, but I want to hit the East Coast this year. I can't remember if it's been, I think it's been 2 years since we went to Daytona. Yeah, last year I just rode around on my motorcycle all over the country. 2 years ago we were in Daytona with the RV. So this year, I don't know if we'll go all the way to Daytona Beach, Florida. And we went to Key West that year too. But I don't know if we'll go all that way this year. It's going to be up to Debbie. Well, the whole RV trip's going to be up to her. I mean, for me, I'll drive everywhere, you know. I'd drive across the ocean if I could. But Debbie don't like to drive like I do. She don't, you know, she wants to park and stay for a couple of weeks here and there, you know, and just relax. Me, I love relaxing, but I'll tell you what, I love driving too. I must have got that from my dad being a truck driver. Well, we're doing pretty good getting through the mountains without losing you guys. Or it doesn't look like I lost you. I could just be talking to myself, and I wouldn't even know it. Hello? Is anybody out there? Does anyone care? Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you. Yeah, you never know after a while, you know, I can't see the comments, you know, and well, if everybody's got the weekend off, I hope you're enjoying it. Well, I love this part too, guys. We're going through all these. Look at these big rocks. Looks like somebody stacked all these big rocks. I flew the drone over here about a month or well, maybe 2 months ago whenever I came through here. I flew the drone over here, but I haven't posted that video yet. It'll be in my Arizona motorcycle ride video. It's the next one I'm going to make, but it still won't be out for a month or so. I got at least 4 weeks of videos already in the queue, you know. I'm dumping another 10 videos tonight at midnight, and those are strictly for watch hours, you know. I mean, people can watch them, it doesn't matter, but I made them strictly for watch hours. They're about an hour each. Yeah, you're coming in and out right now. Check this place out on the left. It's called Nothing, Arizona. Used to be a little gift shop there and a radio tower, and that was it. And now there's really nothing there now. Nothing, Arizona. I wonder if it had a zip code at one time. So yeah, all these big rocks just look like they were stacked out here. I mean, this landscape of this earth is amazing. You know, you don't know if maybe places like that, maybe a volcano at one time erupted and threw rocks all over the place, you know. It's just through this one little area here, about about 5 miles long. All these rocks are there. There's a call box on the side of the highway in a quarter mile in case you break down out here and you need to make a phone call. Right there on the right hand side. Alright, 4-lane, or at least a passing lane. It'll probably be back to 2-lane by the time I catch this semi. That's alright. There's more 4-lane coming up. Or I'll just pass him during the passing zones. These little signs, them yellow signs, show you that you have 1,000 feet before that lane ends. I can make it around this guy no matter what. I'll just hit that double line real quick. Woo! Golden. Don't try this at home, guys. Got a few motorcycles out today. We're probably about, I'm going to say about 80 to 85 miles north of Phoenix. Wisconsin license plates right there. Enjoying their nice little vacation. Taking it easy on the 2-lane highway. 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. Woo! Get her, boys. Get her done. All right. All right, welcome back. Yeah, we're on the other side. All right. Looks like we might have a signal right now. We made it over the worst part of the mountain area. Got another maybe 5 miles, 10 miles until we get in a nice flat clearing. And from that point on, we should be good all the way into Phoenix. Out here, I pay attention to these signs. Like that sign there said passing lane 2 miles. I got a semi right up here. I'm going to want to get around that semi during that passing lane. So Oh, I missed this right here. There goes all my buddies. All my buddies from Phoenix going north. But anyways, I want to speed up a little bit. I'm up on this truck whenever that passing lane comes up. I don't want to be back and then the passing lane come up and then I'm not there and then it goes back down to 2 lanes and I'm stuck behind that semi. You know, so just kind of I say you kind of got to think about it, you know, whenever you're driving and get that little strategy down whenever you're driving this type of highway system, you know. So I get caught up to the semi and then if I can't pass, then I know the passing lane's right up here. But at least I'm ready. Instead of not paying attention. Alright, we got loading. Get it on, little doggy. Come on, you little 6-cylinder, let's go. Alright. That was a good shot. Now I know I can pass this other semi in this little passing zone with the extra lane, you know. I got the extra passing lane now. Had to push it up to about 90 miles an hour right there to get around them. All right. All right, so yeah, we're about 18 miles from Wickenburg, Arizona. Wickenburg is a neat little town. It's probably got about maybe 10,000 people in it. It's a big cowboy town though. They got the big rodeo there. So they got a nice big rodeo grounds just off the left of the roadway whenever we go through the north end of town. I'm sure them cowboys will be out there roping them little doggies today. They got their own bulls and steer, all that out there for roping, and maybe they got some barrels, do some barrel racing. Them girls are real good at that barrel racing. I put out a nice little drone video on that town maybe a year and a half ago or so. I flew the drone over all the rodeo grounds. They probably got about 20 acres right there. Maybe a little more. It's a big area. Oh yeah, bigger than 20. Because at Atomic Motors where I was last weekend had 5, so I'd say it's at least 10 times that size, so at least 50 acres. Oh, now get a passing lane? Nope, no passing lane. Doggone it. I had a flat tire on my motorcycle right over here. I can't remember, 2014 I think. Debbie and I was heading to Daytona Beach on the motorcycle, which is a 2,500 mile trip. And everything was good until Las Cruces, New Mexico. And then it started raining really bad, a bad storm in Las Cruces. Got a motel, I checked the weather, and it was raining from Las Cruces, New Mexico, all the way down the south coast to Florida. And it was going to be that way for the next 10 days. So that meant we were going to have to ride 2,000 miles each way in the rain. And I'm like, I'm not really up for that in March, you know. It was about March 5th or so. And we turned around and headed back to Las Vegas. And went by Phoenix and visited my brother, and then we took off from there. We got right back there where we went over that overpass. My damn tire went flat right there. So I called my brother that lives in Henderson. He grabbed my trailer next door to my house. Pulled the trailer down here. We loaded up the motorcycle. Headed on. We got home. Threw our little pack into the Cadillac. Jumped in the Cadillac the next day. And went on down to Daytona Beach. So our anniversary is usually about the same time as Bike Week down in Daytona. So we like going down there in March, Daytona. That's one of our favorite beach cities. There's a lot of great beaches that I've been to, or we've been to. All down south, up the East Coast, over in Hawaii on a couple different islands we've been to. But for some reason, Daytona's our favorite. And Daytona's where I went to, that was the first beach I went to in maybe 1973, whenever I was a kid. Dad used to go down to, used to take us kids down to Daytona Beach for Bike Week. He'd take 2 kids down there. And then next year, take 2 different kids. I'm trying to read the chat here. Oh, hey, Sunday Dinner Chef. What's going on, buddy? I'm sure Marie told you already, but I've got to go down to Phoenix. I wanted to call you, but Wednesday night I got some news about my son. And I'm coming down to see my son, and also my daughter, her kids' dad got killed Monday morning. Little pow pow up there in Las Vegas. Crazy brother-in-law and father-in-law came in and took matters into their own hands, I guess. Yeah, thanks, Tom. So I'll get a hold of you. I'll reach out to you this week. Yeah, I want to get a hold on that StreamYard. I want to learn about that from you again, and start doing some StreamYard, you know, where I can have some people up on there. I appreciate it, Tom. Guys, go check out Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, and also check out the Sunday Dinner Chef. And I'll tell you what, you guys can get some good recipes and most, you know, a lot of keto stuff, and then there's some other stuff, you know. But I'll tell you what, I've learned some things from Tom, and he sure does whip up some good meals. Check that out. Sunday Dinner Chef and Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Tom, I was talking earlier, and I couldn't remember. I know I met you and Drunken Barbecue Chef, Devil Dog, all them guys about the same time. Sheena. I couldn't remember who I'd met first, and but I know that you guys all helped me get connected with each other. Good bunch of people back then that I got connected with, and I sure am happy to still be following you guys and supporting you guys, and you guys support me. I'm gonna be pulling into Wickenburg here in a few minutes. Old West Town Wickenburg. All right. Trying to read the name here. It looks like I'll definitely get it when I get back home. It's hard to see everybody while I'm driving, you know, and then keeping it in my lane. I could pass all these guys, and I'm just gonna chill out right here. It's only a little quarter mile of passing lane right here, but you ain't getting nowhere by passing people, because you're gonna be pulling into slow traffic right here going through Wickenburg. They got construction through there, and then you got to watch out for the police too. The police can get a little heavy through here, so don't be messing around right here. Got a little fun fact, okay? Fun fact, I don't know, just useless information maybe. But anyways, I'm going to tell it because I like talking about things. Val Kilmer. You guys know Val Kilmer? Anyways, he played in Top Gun with Tom Cruise. He was that other guy. Played in the first one and the second one, you know. Anyways, Val Kilmer went on to get throat cancer and whatnot, you know. But I watched a little, I don't know, a little autobiography, little movie on one of them channels, Netflix or Paramount, or one of them little shows, you know. But anyways, I watched this little special on Val Kilmer. It was a pretty good little special, you know, about his life and everything, and come to find out, his mom lived right out here. You know, she remarried and married this rancher that lived right out here, just outside of Wickenburg. We'll be going by their place here in just a minute. I thought that was pretty cool, you know. I mean, I liked Val Kilmer in his movies anyways. He was a good actor. And then I really enjoyed that autobiography of him. I guess it was not an autobiography, you know, it's not a book, but it was a biography, you know. It's a video movie about him, how he got into Hollywood and different movies he made, and how his life was, and his throat cancer, and you know, then it was good that he got to play in Top Gun in that last one, you know. and then having already watched the biography of him, you know some history, and then you watch the movie, Top Gun, and you already kind of know where he's at in his life during that, and then he passed away shortly after, But anyways, his mom lived out here on the right-hand side. This is all ranch property out here. This is the big cowboy town, Wickenburg. You got all your ranch properties out here on the west side of town. To your left, if you turn left back there where we just passed, that's where you go to get to Prescott, Arizona. Some people call it Prescott, but the locals who have lived there, they call it Prescott, just like a biscuit. And they ain't shy to tell you either. Up in Prescott, since you guys brought that up, used to work up there. We had a job up there doing some, whenever I lived down here in Mesa, Arizona, we had a job up there doing some townhomes back in maybe 1987, 88. And right downtown Prescott is a place they call Whiskey Row. They call it Whiskey Row because back then there was about 8 taverns real close to each other. So me being the drinker I was, I would make it to Whiskey Row quite often. And then one Friday night I decided not to go back to Mesa. I decided just to get my drink on. And I guess I probably got thrown out of at least 5 of those taverns and told to never come back. So I took it as them people aren't as friendly as I thought they were. Yeah, he did a good job on Doc Holliday, man. That was awesome. And he had as Doc Holliday, he had the tuberculosis. Great acting. Like, I related with him back then because my grandfather had tuberculosis back in the 60s. He passed away from tuberculosis. So this is all new construction. They're finally going to get 4 lanes through here, 2 lanes on each side of this here curb. This side's finished, it looks like, already. The thing I don't care for much is I think we've went through about 3 or 4 of them roundabouts already. They got another one here, 1, 2, they got 3 more that we got to go through. Brilliant ideas with these roundabouts. I don't know if you guys got any of these roundabouts in your town, but I could do without them. I think the only thing, and I'm not going to call this roundabout dumb. It serves its purpose. But if it was dumb, if I considered it dumb, I would say the only thing dumber than that, what we've got in a few spots in Las Vegas and up in Utah, maybe other places now, but whenever you get off the freeway, whatever that main road that's coming across, they shift the traffic to the opposite side of the bridge, what we would consider the wrong side. They shift you over to the left side and then back to the right side, and that's supposed to make it easier for traffic getting on the freeway and all that. I call bullshit. I think I don't want to get mean or anything, but I think somebody's nephew got hired by the state, and they come up with this idea, just somebody that didn't have any better thing to do than try somehow to justify their position with the state. They knew they had to come up with something, so they came up with that dumb idea. And if you're on here watching right now and you're the one who did that, I'm gonna tell you that's a dumb idea. Anyways, might have just lost one subscriber if they were watching. But anyways, okay, over here on the left, we just passed up that big cowboy rodeo place. Man, that place is big. I'm gonna say that's 100 acres right there. I'm gonna have to Google that. If you want to scroll through my videos, you can find that video of Wickenburg. It's a pretty cool video. I got a lot of drone action in it, flying over the train tracks out here, just on the south side of town, and then flying over this, all through this area right here. I even flew the drone down the city street. That was, I had Debbie driving, and Debbie was driving. I was in the passenger seat flying the drone overhead behind us, following us. See, here's these roundabouts, and we pull up to these roundabouts, and I'm gonna complain right here, and then I'm gonna quit complaining for the day. I've done more complaining today than normal. So these roundabouts, we pull up here and we don't really know what to do whenever we pull up here, or at least people act that way, I mean, it's kind of like a zipper, like pulling up your zipper. Same as whenever you got two lanes emptying into one, it's supposed to work just like a zipper. One goes and the other one goes. One goes, the other one. But you do it all together, you can do it real quick if you use your head right. Okay, that's about all I got to say about that. Yeah, Tom, I could do without those roundabouts. And they got, I'm sure you've been on one or two of them dumbass lanes. They got one up there on Horizon, I know that. Horizon and the 215, not the 215, the 93, 515, and Horizon and Henderson. But I said I was going to quit complaining, so I got to let that go. All right, heading through Wickenburg. All right, Michael. Oh, they got a Elizabethtown, Kentucky too. Yeah, they got a right there in at the southern tip of Illinois. They got Elizabethtown. I like it down through there too. I love right down there. My cousin's got property right down there by Cave-In Rock, which is close to Elizabethtown, Illinois. Right there, where the Ohio River comes in through there. Yeah, man. We're on the south side of Wickenburg here. You see all them horse trailers we just passed right there, man. That's like I say, this is cowboy country here. Even whenever I moved to Arizona back in the 70s, everybody was wearing guns on their hip. And I thought, man, I gotta be hip too and wear a gun. So I went out and got me a 6-shooter. A little 22 6-shooter, pistol, and a hat. Got my gun and my hat and my cowboy boots. And I was a cowboy biker. I probably Probably neither one. Probably not a cowboy or a biker, but I sure acted like it. I got in trouble one time. I had one friend that they boarded their horse down at this place over in Mesa, Arizona, and close to my neighborhood. And we'd go down there and ride their horse and everything. And a bunch of people boarded their horses there. Probably 15, 20 different people had horses there. This one guy had a bull down there. I don't know if that was his ranch, if he owned everything, but there was a bull on the property. I'm like 17, 18 years old. I've been drinking, and one of my buddies dared me to jump on that bull and try and ride the bull. And I don't know about you guys, but somebody dares me to do something, especially if I got a couple beers in me, I'm gonna go for it. So I jumped the fence, hopped on that bull. Needless to say, I got knocked on my ass right away. But I got in trouble because the ranch guy found out who I was and where I lived, and he went down and raised hell with my dad. So I got in trouble on that one. Chief got the dishes done. Yeah, man, my dogs love me too. And my chickens and my ducks. Just because I feed them. I had 18 chickens that loved me, but they don't love me no more. Alright, we're going to take this road all the way to Phoenix. This turns into Grand Avenue in Phoenix, because this used to be the main highway. And it turns into Grand Avenue, which runs through Phoenix at an angle. Not quite a 45-degree angle, but it does run at an angle, because it runs into downtown Phoenix, and then from there you would either go south to Tucson or east to Tempe and Mason, Apache Junction. Oh yeah, they taste delicious, man. Now every time somebody comes over to the house, which has only been 3 times, Debbie wants to pull out that chicken and fry up some chicken. I'm thinking to myself, of course I ain't said nothing to her. She might be watching right now, so I better watch out what I say. But I want to see, because we got family up in Vegas today while I come down to Phoenix. My oldest daughter's up in Vegas, her boyfriend, a couple kids, and then my Debbie's nephew, his wife, a couple kids. If she pulls that chicken out and cooks for them, man, we're gonna have a talk. I didn't raise all that chicken just to let everybody else have it. I'm not trying to be selfish, but I told her we got some other chicken that's frozen in that freezer that we can cook whenever people come over, you know. Been in that freezer for 6-7 months. We need to cook that first. What do you guys think? Is that selfish or what? I don't think I'm being selfish. That's my first time of raising them meat birds. You know, that costs a lot of money to raise that first time. You know, having to buy all that equipment, feeding them damn things. I bet it cost me $50 a chicken almost by the time I bought all the processing equipment and feed and everything else. Now this second go around is going to be a lot cheaper, obviously, but this weekend I was supposed to jackhammer some concrete out of the backyard. That's right, jackhammer concrete out of the backyard, because my whole backyard is concrete. If you guys didn't know, I poured concrete my whole life, so that was going to be my maintenance-free backyard. So now we got all these, now that I'm running the chicken ranch and the duck farm, we need a place for all that poo-poo to go. You know, we've been having to clean it all up every day and scrape it and shovel it. Debbie came up with this idea that we would just get a 20-foot by 20-foot area and let them chickens and ducks go poo-poo in that. And then I can rake it up and make some good compost for the gardens. It'll be fertilizing the soil there. Plus, I can put it in the compost bins for my spring garden. Have me some good fertilizer and grow some big old tomatoes. And I'm getting warm down here in Phoenix. Just outside of Phoenix, it's getting warm. It's probably, let me roll the window down and see. Let me check the temperature. I guess it's about 70 degrees out there right now, 68 to 70. Slightly cloudy. Slightly mostly cloudy. I love them saguaro cactus. Horseback riding right there. See him on the right, orange hat. They're out there texting their buddies. They're not horseback riding, they're horseback texting. Let's see, it's almost 1 o'clock, quarter till 1. I don't have to meet up at my son's place till 3. I think I'm probably only about an hour out, so I think we're gonna stop for a little treat right here. And I don't mean a treat like ice cream or candy or anything like that, potato chips, not a snack treat. I'm talking about a visual treat. We gotta go check this place out, guys. Give you a little treat here. It looks like they got a little something going on today too. Maybe they got a little bit of rodeoing going on. Well, I'll say this. If they're trying to charge money, it ain't happening. But if it's free, I'm in. I'm in like Ken. This looks like a damn parking spot right here. Might not be, but it looks like one. So I'm gonna park right there. Let me get you guys off of this thing. Now I'll be able to see them. I'll be able to see that chat now. Wonder how the battery is on this thing right now. I should have had this plugged in. What the hell's going on with all this stuff? Oh man, they're playing the damn radio in there. All right, I'm gonna pass on that. They're playing their damn radio. Something about driving a girl crazy about a pickup man. Smells like shit out there too. Smells like horse shit. God. Is that terrible or what? Lost another viewer. Lost another viewer whenever I said something about all that shit. Look at all these horses out here. Alright, that's a cool place anyways. I got some video I took a couple months ago of this place. I just got maybe I'll get it made here pretty soon. So keep your eye out. It's a biker's haven, it says right there. Look at that. Look at them motorcycles. Anyways, it's a neat little place right there. Sorry I couldn't take you in, but I'm not gonna go in there and have that music playing, you know. You can see all their little calves and stuff out there, the little doggies for roping. Alright, on our way back to Phoenix. What we got in here? Who's in the chat? Anybody in here? Let's see, you got Anyways, a lot of the guys from Phoenix like to ride out to Wickenburg on their motorcycles. It's a nice little ride, you know, 25 miles maybe. Ride out there, have breakfast or lunch. Some of them ride out, have a beer or two, and then ride back, whatever. Just a thing to do to get out of Las Vegas, or not Las Vegas, but to get out of Phoenix, you know, get out of the city. Just like us, you know, we'll up there in Las Vegas, we'll ride out to Searchlight or Bullhead City, Arizona, or we'll go over the Hoover Dam, 28 miles over the Hoover Dam. There was a restaurant out there called Rosie's, or there's also truck stops and stuff. You stop and buy your lottery tickets there, so we'll just jump on our motorcycles and take a little ride down there and get our lottery tickets. Or ride the state line, like you're heading to California, go out the state line there and buy your lottery tickets. Or we might go around the Lake Shore Drive, which is about a 40-mile drive or ride on your motorcycle. You can go out Lakeshore Drive and drive around to Overton, go to breakfast at a little place there called Sugar's. Have you some lunch there. You can go on to the Valley of Fire, which is a really cool place to go visit. If you're anywhere in Nevada and you haven't been to Valley of Fire, go check that out. That's awesome. Put that on your list of things to do in Vegas. Let me tell you, if things to do in Las Vegas was just going to the casinos, we couldn't live there. Them casinos are not built on winners, guys. They're built on losers. I ain't saying you shouldn't go out and enjoy yourself and have a little fun, but if you have a addictive personality like myself, then you need to stay away from gambling, because the odds are against you. back over the hump to Pahrump, Chief. Go out there. Got the cat houses out there. Legal cat houses all over the state of Nevada, with the exception of Clark County, which is the county I live in. Clark County covers Las Vegas, Henderson, Boulder City, and the surrounding area. Once you get out of Clark County, then I don't want to say the word, but cat houses are legal. Meow, meow. Sure has been a nice drive today. I like this overcast. Like I said earlier, you know, a lot of times when the sun's out, you know, like I got up 3 a.m. this morning, and if the sun was out, I'd have been maybe having to pull over and take a little 10-minute nap, you know, because that sun starts putting you to sleep. Hey Chief, there's that train track right here off to the left. That's where I catch my train videos whenever I'm down here at my brother Alan's house. My brother Alan lives right up the street here, in about 16 or 18 miles. About 2 miles. I gotta go see him today, but I'm gonna go see him today. I'll go see my son, and then I'll go see my daughter and her kids, and then I'll go see my oldest brother, and then I got a good friend down here. Alright, on the outskirts of Phoenix. I don't know if my phone got too hot or what, but I'm letting it cool down. Got it plugged in. Well, I can't believe I made it down here in under 2 hours. That's probably about 45 minutes from home when I came on. So that makes it 3 hours. So yeah, I'm going to be 3.5 hours. I'm gonna let this go for about, I'm gonna let it run for another 20 minutes, see if anybody comes in. See if I get anybody back. Lost signal there for 1.5 minutes. All right, Michael, right on, right on. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I went through something there. I don't know what. You know, it's a pretty flat area. I'm down here in the Phoenix Valley, so I don't know why I was losing signal for sure. But anyways, we got it back. So I'm coming up on what they call Sun City, and they've got that here in Phoenix. Was obviously the first place I knew of Sun City. That started back in the like 1960 maybe. Del Webb started that, and then they got Sun City in Las Vegas in the late 80s, and they probably have Sun City over in California as well. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a Southwest thing. I don't think they have Sun City in or Memphis. But anyways, that's a Del Webb was a big builder down here, and he started Sun City and then Sun City West and Sun City Las Vegas. You know, one of them big, I would say $1 billion developer. He's beyond the millions, I believe. Right now we're in the city of Surprise. This part of the city is called Surprise. S-E-R-P-R-I-S-E, Surprise. Got nice, one thing about out here, you know, they got nice green golf courses, houses built around the golf course. My buddy, his house is on the golf course. My brother's is a block away from the golf course. We got beautiful golf courses out here. If you're into golf, you can golf all year round out here. And they probably got, I'm probably gonna shortchange it and call it 40 golf courses around the valley. I'm probably more than that. This is a big valley down here. Not a golfer, but I do have a friend that I've ridden motorcycles with here and there, and he's a professional golfer. I'm not going to give out his name or anything, but he's a professional golfer, and he trains, you know, teaches people. He's a teacher, all that. He gives, he does special groups, he gives lessons, you know. He does a regular school. I'm not going to tell you where. You'll be able to Google and find out who it is, and I just want to leave him anonymous. I don't like to I love to shout out channels, but I don't want to you know, go giving names of personal people I know. You know, these are professional people too, you know, professional athletes, and I got friends that are in all types of sports. I've got friends that are comedians. I've got a lot of friends, a host of friends, you know, because I'm in that secret society that they choose to remain anonymous. I don't know how secret it is, but they choose to remain anonymous, you know, especially the professionals. Card players, football, basketball, hockey, comedians, movie stars, rock stars. Rub elbows with a lot of them. All right. So people always, I don't want to, you know, I'm generalizing whenever I say people. You know, we're generalizing most of the time whenever we're talking about things. Ah, shit, I think I went past my turn. I know I did. I'm gonna pull over here. Man, I did this last time I came down too. I just zippity doo dah right past my turn. But what I was gonna say is, I'm generalizing whenever I say this, is that a lot of people wonder how we can live out here in the desert, you know. I mean, hell, I'm sure I did too whenever I first moved out here, but temperatures get up easily up to 115 degrees, and then sometimes they can get up 120, 125, you know. And people wonder how in the heck we people wonder how we live out here in the desert, you know. And you know, the answer is first off, it's not like a Midwestern or Eastern where there's a 99% humidity, you know. There ain't no humidity out here per se. Humidity might be 25, 35%. You know, in the summertime, it's a dry heat. You get accustomed to it. You know, you get used to it. Most of the time, most people, for the most part, are going from their air-conditioned house to their air-conditioned car into the air-conditioned store. So we got air conditioning. You know, and just like you guys that are I've seen some of you guys are minus temperatures today, you know, you -2, -5, -8. I watched guys channel up in Delaware or whatever, wherever he's at up there, and that is not it. I mean, his temperature was -16 today. So for the most part, let me guess, you guys go from your heated house to your heated car to your heated store, back to your heated car, and back to the heated house, I guess. You know, so that's how you guys deal with the cold. And that's how we deal with the heat. Same way you guys deal with the heat in the summertime, whenever you got 95-degree temperatures and 95% humidity. You know, you guys are air conditioned to air conditioning. And if you're outside, you're sweating your butt off. So that's a little how we do the temperature thing, you know. Whenever I grew up in Illinois, I got accustomed to cold weather, right? Because that was normal. I got accustomed to humidity. That was normal. Maybe it was uncomfortable at times, but we just deal with it, right? So in the wintertime, we said, oh, I wish it was summertime. In the summertime, we said, I wish it was wintertime. And back and forth, you know, we went back and forth with that. Where in the hell am I? Well, I just talk and talk and talk. Wow, gas is $3.03 a gallon right there. That's now. You guys are probably thinking that's pretty expensive, those of you who are in the Midwest, you know. But for out here, 303 is pretty darn good. I think this is too far out. Yeah, Michael, the desert's not bad. I mean, it was a good change, you know. I'll tell you, in Illinois, a lot of the guys back there, my uncles and their friends and whatnot, the guys who were in construction, you know, they were equipment operators, roofers, whatever. And those guys, in the wintertime, a lot of them would go down to Florida and buy property in Florida, get a nice little mobile home, you know, going down there in Florida. And that's where they would spend their winters at, you know. And then we come out here to Arizona, and we find there's, you know, that's where we learned the word snowbird, you know, because when it snows, these people would fly south, you know, come down to Phoenix, Mesa, Apache Junction, Arizona, and stay out here during the winter. So there's a lot of RV parks, a lot of mobile home parks and stuff out on the trail in the East Valley where a lot of these snowbirds come to. So I'm gonna say my first damn it. That hospital looks familiar, but I think there's another one down the road. So my first 6 years, from 1976 until 1982, I went back and forth like a snowbird. I come to Arizona in the wintertime, pour concrete, and then my family and friends were in Illinois, you know, for the most part. And I would go back there and I'd pour concrete back there in the summertime. So going back and forth like that for 6 years until finally I wound up just staying in Arizona, because it cost me a lot of money to move back and forth. So I just stayed in Arizona and worked out there from 1982. Bought a house out in Apache Junction out by the Superstition Mountain. We were about 5 miles from the foothills of the Superstition, so it was nice to walk out your front door and see that beautiful mountain, you know. And spent a lot of night just relaxing, having a cocktail, smoking a cigarette and looking at the mountains, you know. And then we lost that in a house fire in 1984, 85, something like that. And relationship started going bad then with my ex, with the kid's mom, you know, and divorced there. And then I met Debbie shortly after that. Her and I dated for a couple of years and thought we'd get out of Arizona. You know, a lot of bad memories in Arizona back then, and we just wanted to start a new life. Excuse me. Wanted to start a new life, so we went to Las Vegas. My company had work up there, so I went to Las Vegas and started working up there. I think they changed the name on these streets, you guys. I'm gonna keep going straight. Seems like I went too far. Once I cross this, go underneath this bridge up here, it's too far south to be, you know, from my brother's house. It's 1:15 right now. Yeah, I think I'm too far south. I'm gonna have to get out the old map and look at the map. Now I'm gonna have to get on Google Maps, get some directions, punch his address in, and get some directions over to his house. This is the second time I did it. That's why I know I'm too far south already. I know I got to pay attention. And once I go past the first, there's a big river bed there, dry river bed that you go over, and then there's a quick trip gas station, and I'm supposed to turn right about there, or the next street up. And I mean, it's way before all these businesses, I think. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drive a little bit more. I got time. Just like last time, I don't remember driving across that riverbed yet. But then again, anyways, I ain't got nothing but time. If I hit the 101 highway, I know I went too far. Time's on my side right now, as the Rolling Stones would say. I'm not going to sing the song. I'm going to spare you guys. Yeah, you know, I used to have that Waze app on my iPad whenever I drove limousine. Whenever I retired, first time I retired for about 6 months, and then I went back to work. But I had that app on my iPad whenever I drove limousine, and that's a good app, man. It can tell you where all the traffic is and the best routes to take. Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't go far enough. Because I think this right over here is where a meeting I go to. Okay, yeah, that's in the Alano Club over there where I go to meetings sometimes, and I know that's further north, so yeah, I'm good. There's the trains over here on the left. Those trains carry the cars, you know, the new cars, and the new car big plant for unloading the cars is just on the other side of that railroad tracks, so I'm okay. Calm down, Kenny, you're fine. You were once lost, but now you're found. How about that, guys? How about that? Yeah, it shows where the cops are. I was lost for a little bit there, guys, but now I'm found. So that dry riverbed will be coming up soon, I think. Yeah, here's the Thunderbird Road way out north. Yeah, I know where I'm at now. All right. You guys calming down now? You guys feel more comfortable now that I know where I'm at? Feel like everything's safe again? Well, this is going to be a good video to add to my watch list too. It's going to be over 2 hours for to put on my watch list. And then whenever I drive home, either tonight or tomorrow morning, get another 2 or 3 hours off of that. And then tonight, 10 videos get uploaded for the watch list at midnight. So I went down and we flew drones at the Sphere here in Las Vegas. I think I might have put up 1 or 2 short videos. I'll put another one up today, maybe. Throw another short video of the Las Vegas Sphere. And I put a little video together last night, about an 8 or 9 minute video with some good music. And I think I got that scheduled for first part of February, maybe February 8th or 9th, something like that. So yeah, that dry riverbed is just to the right. We're going to be crossing over the bridge right now. So this is the dry riverbed I was talking about. And then here's the QT gas station I was talking about. Look at that, $2.99. That's 4 cents cheaper. Oh man, having price wars over here in Phoenix. I think I'm gonna turn right here. Get me some fuel, that way I don't have to worry about fuel while I'm down here. Fuel up right now, and then I'll probably fuel up again whenever I'm ready to head home, because I'll probably put on about 150 miles today and tonight, whatever, in the valley. It's a big valley, guys. It's easy 100 miles across this valley in both directions. So, oops. I want to tell you guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for being in here and listening to my stuff today. I don't know what's happening there with this music. I think I put another channel on. So anyways, thanks again, guys. I love you, and I'll see you tonight or tomorrow.